have to eat like slaves anymore because we're not slaves. If you cannot control what you eat, then you cannot control what you feel. Eat your largest meals in the middle of the day, not the end of the day.
What part the homeostasis plays, you're on your way to healing yourself. The homeostasis is the internal environment where your body is at its ultimate functionality for healing. Just keep in mind that everything that is happening to you is happening for you.
Hello, Grand Rising. Happy Saturday, everyone. My name is Carolyn Jensen, and you are in the Mind of Future, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. And today's topic is the proven facts about detox and digestion. So, if you have not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Dr. Zarif. We are streaming live currently on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Thank you all so much for joining us here today. Dr. Zarif, if you can join me here on stage and we can get going.
I would love to. Good morning. It's time to do it.
Yes, it is.
We're getting ready to bring some news that people have been asking me to talk about. Please talk about this again because I want to know, I want to understand more about it. And I'm sure, Kara, you've heard the same thing, how people have used a technique really innocently because they were told that this is what they're told that they're cleaning out or they're detoxing, they're getting rid of toxins. Yes. Or they've been also told that they've had food that's hanging out in the colon that's been there since they've been children. Mm-hmm. And if they don't do a detox, this food hangs around your colon, and even to the ignorance of some people, they feel that it's still in your stomach. And until you take a detox, it's you're in a really detrimental position because you are absorbing all of these toxins and it's breaking down your body. Well, we're going to make a little more sense out of that because agnotology is definitely prevalent when we're talking about nutritional science, and we need to clear up these things so the misinformation and disinformation won't continue to spread and really skew the perceptions of people that are interested in taking care of their bodies.
Absolutely. And talk about agnotology. I hear they're out here eating cats and dogs. So talking about detox and digestion is definitely on point right about now.
That is a perfect example. That is disinformation. And of course, misinformation. The difference between the two, we'll go into that later. But yeah, this is definitely not the kind of information that should be spread. But you have some people that will swear by it, and all they have to do is get about another couple of people to agree with them, and they continue on with these straight out lies. Yes. So we're going to make a difference today. So why don't we say hello to some folks?
Well, I would be able to, but my screen is frozen, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I cannot switch over right now to anything.
Well, as that is, might just be something. So technically, it'll probably straighten itself out as we get into it. We want to say hello to Michelle Gento. Good morning to you. And we have Cheryl Lee Gento Smart is in the house. Good morning, Cheryl Lee. Wow, we have our favorite. This is I was going to say fans, but this our favorite family. And I really appreciate you all being here today. This is something that's really, really good. I wish I had the mic, Well, we could bring you up, but I know some people aren't ready, camera ready, especially ladies tell me that, like, I don't have my hair ready that
I
early.
don't have my
So,
hair. No, but I do want to say happy birthday to my dad. Happy
yay!
birthday. It's his 70th.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's yeah, happy birthday, Mr. Gento. Happy birthday, and many more. Um, okay, and I want to go over and say hello to those people that are here. Mr. Palmer, thank you for being here this morning over on Instagram. And we're sure that as the um, presentation goes on, there'll be more people to contribute. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to. Did you have any questions or comments to make before we go into this, Kara?
Oh no, let's get right into it. I know there's a lot of information to share. We're talking about detox and digestion. So for anyone that has not, please share the live, share it so others can be a part of the conversation. We already know Dr. Zarif is going to bring the heat. So let's do it.
All right. Thank you, Kara.
You're
Now,
welcome.
when we talk about,
As,
pardon me.
if you're able to drop me down as well, that would be great.
Okay. All right. No
If you're able
problem.
to.
Sure. Okay. So thank you, Kara. We're just having a couple of technical difficulties. We'll work it out. Now, when we talk about detox, before the whole craze with all the word detox, it referred chiefly to a medical procedure that rids the body of dangerous and often life-threatening levels of alcohol, drugs, or poisons. The patients undergoing medical detoxification are usually treated in hospitals or clinics. Now, this treatment generally involves the use of drugs and other therapies in combination that depends on the type of the severity, the type and the severity of the toxicity. So, you see, this is still trending to here today about the um, word used for detoxing, and this word, of course, was synonymous with those patients undergoing medical detoxification, and that is again a treatment that goes on in the hospitals and in clinics. And the treatment again generally involves the use of drugs, and what we're speaking about is chiefly the detox refers to a medical procedure that rids body dangers. And remember, I'm talking about detox or detoxification means that there is something life threatening or levels of alcohol and drugs and poisons, not what we see today. Today, a person can that may be an herbalist or a person that was told to take certain herbs or certain laxatives, and most of the um, combination of the drinks, or it might be in the form of uh, capsules or pills or tablets. And basically, if you look at the um, ingredients, you will find that most of the ingredients is just a decoction of laxatives. So many people they actually feel like they're getting a really good flush, or they feel that oh, I'm cleansing myself. But I can use the example of a fast. For instance, when people fast, that is, they stop eating, they restrain themselves from any food. They might have a little water, but they no food, and they do this for a while, or they might just eliminate different groups of food. And when they eliminate different groups of food, what happens after this 4-day, 5-day, 30-day fast. Like you have Lent, you have Ramadan, you have these different religious, you have the religious fasting, and here lately, the intermittent fasting. These are ways that people find themselves feeling a certain way stronger. They feel that they have discipline. They feel that after those days that they can now, they can actually do other things, even being closer to God or being more disciplined, or this is a way that they balance themselves out after they partake in gluttony, just eating massive amounts of food. So when we think about detox, a lot of folks have eaten everything that they can think of, everything that they want to eat, eaten in the way that they know that they could do better, but they rely upon, at the end of the day, the detox. And some people do a detox once a month. Some people do it even more frequently. And some people will just do a detox once a year. And this is like usually the so-called detox, I should say, because I really want you to understand there's a real big difference in what is called a detox today. This is more like a purging. It's like you're purging. And when you are purging, it's just like diarrhea, or you having, like a forced bowel movement. So this is that is not a detox. I repeat, that is not a detox. A detox is or a clinical. Some people might continue to use detox, and I mean, who's to say, that they can't? But when it comes to you making a choice, you can be making a choice that can also, if you especially are doing, forcing your stool out, which is mostly what's happening, and you're also becoming dehydrated because you kind of forced the diarrhea on this. You've just paid $20, $30, $40 for your detox ingredients, when you can indeed put together other laxatives and get the same results. Now, being the detox programs promoted to the health conscious public, is just a whole different matter, because these are largely the do-it-yourself procedures, and they're aimed at eliminating alleged toxins that are held responsible for a variety of symptoms, including headache, bloating, joint pain, fatigue, and depression. Now, detox products are not available by prescription. They're not. You can just pick up these. They're like in retail stores, at spas, or over the internet, or by direct mail. Many are advertised as useful for detoxifying specific organs. Like you'll see some that you'll read that they can, kidney, strengthen your kidney, clean out your liver, and all of these kinds of, here, strengthen your pancreas, or all of the different organs and systems, sometimes like your digestive system. It is like regulate your digestive system, speed up your metabolism. You've heard all of this. And all of these are some of the things that are definitely misunderstood. And that is not what is going on in your body system. And I don't mean to take from anybody. I'm not going to mention anybody's names and point out people, but you can identify those people yourself, because they do make themselves known that they have a detox program for you, or this is where you can get a detox program. This is how long you should be on detox. And your body nothing is more efficient than your body when it comes to getting rid of toxins. And as I go along today and make this presentation, I'm going to share with you why what I am saying is documented, and this is it has evidence, and that evidence has come through many studies, and I am going to make some people feel uncomfortable because this is the way that they make a large part of their money. I am here just to say, here is the truth of the matter, and you can check it while I'm talking to you. So just take your phone, and if I say something and you say, oh, that doesn't sound right, check it out. Go ahead and check it out. And then when you check it out, you'll find that we'll have more to work with. And I understand when people get upset because you can be very defensive when we're talking about something that you feel like you could rely on. And then you tell other people, I feel great. I feel so light. Yes, because when you have that kind of purging, and it's like forcing that bowel movement. What happens is after that, you already have been told that you're cleaning yourself out, and you're ready pretty much to embrace that definition. The others are portrayed as whole body cleansers, and these whole body cleansers, some people have advertised that cleanse your body, and when they feel that they've used these ingredients, they feel that it's cleaning their whole body, as if you're walking around with a dirty body, and that is disgusting, and you got to get rid of it. Now, some people actually they have parasites. They've been told they have parasites, but guess what? You don't have parasites, and you're vegan. You don't have parasites. There's a less chance of you having parasites if you also are eating the different eating lifestyles that do not include seafood, and do not include the beef and pork. All of those come with the risk of eating parasites and causing parasites to be active in your digestive system. So again, if you're eating a plant-based diet, that's one of the wonderful benefits of eating a plant-based diet, is that you don't, you're not eating something that is going to cause you anguish later. So I'm going to bring this up. We're going to enlarge this so that we can go ahead and now. So here I'm going to skip around a lot of things because we only have so much time. But again, for those of you that just are joining us, welcome. I would love to thank you for coming here, myself and Care. We are definitely talking about detox and digestion. I don't know if I'm going to get to digestion today because this detoxification thing is really, really serious. So if you're addicted to alcohol, pills, or illegal drugs, the first step toward recovery is detox, also called detoxification or withdrawal treatment. Detox is a process of clearing the substance from your body. Now, there are two main ways that you can detox. That's cold turkey and tapering. Now, neither one of these is pointing to how we've used. When I say we, I'm talking about especially in the Black community. Also in the brown community, it's also people are now taking detoxes. And that's because we also have a large amount of people that are overweight. And this detox process is, I'm putting quotes up there, these air quotes, because that is not the proper title for it, but it's a good way to sell it. Because if you can sell this to people and they will definitely purge, you can have people that are mistakenly feeling and seeing what isn't correct. Okay, so we'll just continue with that. So keep that in mind. In many cases, you can pair either of these, the cold turkey or tapering method, with the prescription medicine designed to ease withdrawal symptoms and or prevent relapse. So when you're saying that, oh, I'm getting my cleanse on, I'm getting my detox on, I'm not here to tell you to do it or not to do it. I'm here to present to you the evidence and the information that will help you to make a better decision about what you're doing to your body, because it's not all, in many cases, of course, it's not what we think. So the cold turkey and the tapering, these are substances that or processes that's used in order to, when a person is addicted to certain drugs, this is what they can easily do. And that is, well, I shouldn't say easily, that's just a loose expression, but cold turkey can be, if it's not, if that's not monitored correctly, it can be very severe enough to be life-threatening. And then tapering, the same thing. You must have a understanding of how to deal with the heart rate and hallucinations and seizures. And these are the things that happen when you are doing what we call detoxification. Okay. Now, the drug addiction, also called substance use disorder, is a mental health problem, and it has both physical and psychological effects. For that reason, detoxing on your own without any guidance or supervision is generally not wise. In other words, if a person is addicted, a true detoxification, you don't do those and should not do those on your own. But now, when we're talking about the detoxification is used in our communities, we're thinking about just taking or drinking a substance, or making a decoction that we eat or we drink, and that particular substance, or though that recipe is nothing but a laxative recipe. If, again, I challenge you to look at your phone right now, you can Google it, and you'll find out the different ways, what is real detox or medical detox, and the other stuff that we've been taught, which does not even exist. That is not a detox. That is a purging. Still, you can choose to go through detox in a variety of settings. You may choose your home, and these are people that are addicted. They can also be treated in their home or as an outpatient or inpatient rehab. So the people, rehabs are very, very expensive, and you can spend something like $25,000 a day or more in a rehab center. The right option for you depends on many factors, such as the substance you use, the degree of your addiction, whether you have a history of severe withdrawal symptoms, whether you have other health problems, and when to doubt, when you are in doubt, this is when you should talk to your primary care physician, or if you have a specialist like an addiction specialist or a counselor, this is when it is a good time to make sure you make the choice for yourself to challenge or to remedy that situation. Now, I talked about the laxative, and this is like, who can benefit from natural laxatives? Well, today there are dozens of different laxatives available on the market to help those who frequently get constipated. And everything from herbal teas to detox tinctures to peels and enemas. Enemas, remember the bag if for those that don't know, the bag, also known as a douche bag. it has a syringe on it where water comes out. And some people give themselves black coffee enemas. Some people give themselves just a water enema, which is like a miniature colonic. Now, technically, there are several types of laxatives that work in various ways, which include stimulant agents, saline, osmotic products, bulking agents, and surfactants. However, the natural laxatives, such as plain water is a natural laxative, will often get the job done without many of the unpleasant side effects that over-the-counter laxatives can cause. So most people, this might not be you, but most people that think that they're getting a detox, all they're doing is using laxatives, and they're getting the same results as if they were taking a laxative for a bowel movement. It's important to realize that while the OTC, which is over the counter, or the prescription laxatives might help solve constipation symptoms in the short term, they ultimately don't fix any underlying digestive issues. So when you're taking a laxative's property isn't that it is is remedying, it is satisfying or fixing something that may have symptoms for, but its purpose is that it can regulate, it can make your bowels move. Now, if you want to, after that, you want to be regular without using a laxative, that's where your eating lifestyle comes in handy. And if you're not eating in a way that will keep you healthy, then you're most likely going to repeat it, and you continue to repeat it, and it can constantly increase as far as the side effects go. They can make the problem even worse when they cause unwanted and dangerous side effects, and even become addictive since the body begins to rely on them over time to function properly. So when you're buying your different so-called cleansers or detoxifiers, you can become addicted to those, and then that means that you won't be able to regulate your stool because your body becomes addicted to using that product. And now, in order for you to have a bowel movement, you need to use that product. But guess what? In the long term, the product stops working for you, and you will need something else stronger. But the key is to change your eating lifestyle. Get it? And I know we've been hearing about this for years, but we have to keep talking about it because people are continue dying. If people stop dying, then I can talk about other things that we can do, maybe just some exercise or maybe getting better sleep. But for right now, our bodies have an amazing natural ability to cleanse and detox our own bodies. Our bodies are built to do that. That's why all of these, our organs, for instance, we just need to provide the correct nutrients and hydrating fluids. Now, short-term or chronic constipation can occur for many different reasons, including eating a diet that lacks both in insoluble fiber and insoluble fiber. So those are like the insoluble fiber would be like cellulose. Cellulose is in like the leaf. You can see the veins that go through the leaf. That's cellulose. So that is indigestible. The body cannot digest that. And then you have the soluble fiber. Now, soluble fiber is the fiber that you can break down, that can be useful, and that can give you more girth on your stool, and you can have an easier bowel movement, and you can be regular. And those examples would be like pear nectar, peach nectar. It can be applesauce. It can also be like you have bran flakes. And when I say bran flakes, I'm not talking about like in the corn flake, the cold cereal box. I mean the kind that comes in their organic grains. And you can find those usually at your health food store. Now, eating a diet that lacks the insoluble fiber and the soluble fiber, you also might want to address hydration, because that's probably another huge chunk of what you're not doing, and that is to drink enough water. Not all of these different types of water. Look, I'm telling you, people that are saying that we need to eat an HO3, we need this other type of ozone water, or we need the Zenith processed water. It's important to take water and filter it, to purify it, to remove the impurities from it as much as you can. But when you get those things out of the water, now you have clean water. That's how we survive all over the planet. Now, these people that are propagating this special water that you have to drink, they did the same stuff years ago with, if you don't drink alkaline water, this will happen to you and that'll happen to you. That is not correct. And you have people that continue to spread what they feel that is correct. Now, I don't have any problem with that, and I'm not here to save the day. I'm not here to, like, okay, listen to me, don't listen to them. You can check. I got all of the library can prove me wrong right now. You can go on Google and prove me wrong if you want to do it right here, right now. But I'm telling you, I already know that what I'm speaking about is science. I'm speaking about facts. I'm speaking about truth. I'm speaking about those things that you may think is going on with your body, because when you don't understand the functions or the physiology of your body, you won't understand what a person is talking about when they're saying, here, take this. This is good. This is a good detox. And there's no shade, no shade. I don't want you to think that I'm here to just preach to you. I want to give, it's time for us to wake up. And all the stuff that people are eating and drinking because they've been told by somebody else, and these like people that will come to you. And I love the idea that people talking about fitness look fit. People that's talking about eating a certain way look healthy. I love that. That's beautiful. But if they get too excited and they start talking about things that will harm you, then I will step in and say, no, I don't want you doing that. Okay. So this is really, really important, and is very hard to report on, simply because most people don't want to believe it from the beginning. And that's all it is a belief. It's a belief. And people, before I even leave this, I want to go back into, I want to say something else on this, is that what's considered normal when it comes to a bowel movement, most experts agree that it's important to go to the bathroom at least 3 times or more per week at the minimum. Now, I suggest that you have a bowel movement every day, not, once or twice a week, because then you're reabsorbing what you want to evacuate. You're taking in what you want to get rid of. And this is very important to know, because there's sepsis. Sepsis is when you don't remove the toxins and the toxins remain in your body. So the bottom line is that if you're currently not going to the bathroom, at least once a day, you have to make changes in your diet and your eating lifestyle first. and that is eating more fiber, exercise, and reducing the stress that you're under. And all of these things are crucial to solving the problem long term. So we continue on with more things here. I wanted to talk about the internal cleansing that that you probably think that you're doing. This is some information that I'm sharing from you from some studies back in 2008. And it speaks of the internal cleansing may empty your wallet, but is it good for your health? And that's the bottom line, that many people were just continually buying this detox because they believed, and they brought the story that if you don't take the detox, your body is filling itself with a lot of toxins. Now, if you clean your colon out, remember clean your colon is approximately 5 to 7 feet long. And when you clean that colon out, most of all your food has been digested, and for the most part, the nutrients have been extrapolated and distributed around your body and to the cells. But if you are eating foods or taking a supplement, and you're thinking that because you're drinking that you're detoxing or cleansing, that is, you're having a good bowel movement, okay? And you notice that when you stop taking that particular detox, you go right back to using the bathroom like you did before. You go to having the same symptoms like you had before. You go to the same thing about your bowels not being able to regulate just like before. So this is huge because 9 out of every 10 people in America have digestive disorders. And you can thank mostly the choices of eating these fast foods and the street foods. All of that is satisfying, is fun, because that makes you secrete the dopamine and all of the endorphins and serotonin even. You know, it makes you feel sexy sometimes. It makes you feel great. You know, it's just like having fun. And that's called euphoria. So if you're feeling all of these feelings, you want to repeat that. And that's why people have lines around. They're not just taking, you know, our parents probably had the best food that we ever tasted. That's all we knew. And then we grew up and we had other food, but we love mom's cooking. But when it comes to these restaurants or these quick serve places, they are also, they're selling something to you, but they're adding something to that to make you return. And that can be not so much like some kind of secret chemical batch, but just the balance. These are scientists, and they balance SOS, and that is the sodium and the oil and the sugar. So we all become lifetime customers. Now, when we continue to go on, some of the hazardous substances in the environment, we can be exposed to this. These toxins, we're told, will sap our vitality, and it will threaten our health unless we take the measures of detox ourselves. But again, I'm only expecting that you'll be wiser now that these detoxes are not as what you think that they are. A detox, again, as I continue to repeat it over and over, that is not like the clinical or the medical detox that you get when you are addicted to drugs. And remember, there's only 2 ways, you know, like cold turkey, or you can little by little, it's called tapering, that you'll get rid of some of the maladies that symptoms that you face. Now, for thousands of years, the human beings have been trying trying, meaning that they not get it done, to rid their bodies of perceived toxins. Native Americans have a long use of various forms of rituals, cleansing and purification. And most tribes or groups of people or communities have their own little way of doing things. But some of the ritual cleansing and purification, such as sauna-like sweat log, like a lot of they're different. It's the thing, it looks like a little igloo, and you go and sit on. I've been on these different reservations before, and one of the things that I love, there was this little, I'll call it the hot box, and you go in, it's really hot, and it makes you sweat. Well, a lot of people think that they're sweating out toxins when they're actually sweating because nicturition is a part or a process that the body sweats when it gets overheated. Now, the other things that are used in tribes and other people in different cultures would be bloodletting. That is that they like to bleed out the enemas, or, as I said earlier, fasting. All of these are regarded as legitimate medical therapies. Well, until earlier in the 20th century, until that stuff was changed, people continued to do that because they're like, I'm sweating out my toxins. Because we got this idea that there's a part of us that is the toxin storage. And this is where we store all the toxin. And if we work out real hard and we, 2 hours, 3 hours, 10 miles, 20 miles, and we feel that after we finish punishing ourselves like that, then we're back at point zero and we have a chance to be healthier. And this is when we feel healthier. And yes, again, this can be also a connection with the way that we feel about our religion, being closer to that word, to God, to be maybe in a prayerful state. That's why you have people that go on these diets for 30 days or more. I remember personally myself when I was a teenager, I went on Ramadan for 101 days. And then I became a vegetarian after that. Well, actually, I didn't become a vegetarian. The day after that, I was still eating beef. So I actually had a friend of mine prepare a pastrami sandwich for me. Well, my body rejected it immediately. Excuse me. And what it did when it was, I couldn't eat it. I didn't like the smell of it. It was some lunch meat. I just didn't want it. So, and that's what I've never been a big meat eater anyway. I just chewing all that stuff and it turns pink and it got blood in it, or, I was just something wrong with that. It's just, I couldn't. But then on the other side of that, you have many people that still eat meat and they eat plenty of it. And they're not even hearing what, excuse me, they're not hearing what I'm talking about because they're like, this is where I get my euphoria. So when you're eating something that makes you feel that good, it's very, very, very difficult to stop that. Again, another breakdown with what is detox. Before it was co-opted in the recent craze, the word detox referred to chiefly a medical procedure that rids the body of dangerous, often life-threatening levels of alcohol, drugs, or poisons. Patients undergoing medical detoxification are usually treated in hospitals and clinics. The treatment generally involves the use of drugs and other therapies in combination that depends on the type and the severity of your toxicity. So ladies and gentlemen, when you think about detox from now on, think more of a laxative. These are laxatives. And I know people that make their money off of this. uh, I'm not mentioning any names, because if you have an agreement with the customer, and you have an agreement with between the customer and the person that is selling, then you got that's a good connection, a successful connection. But if you want to grow and you want to make the best decisions for your body, listen up, take notes, and put these things in motion. Okay, I'm going to bypass some of this because I know that we are short on time. I'll break for a second here. Let's go ahead and bring Care up, and then we're going to continue with more of the detoxification.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Zarif. And thank you to everyone that is here today, uh, joining us here on the live stream. We are live streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. And if you have not already, please subscribe to Dr. Zarif's YouTube channel, which is Dr. Farid Zarif. So thank you all so much for joining us. I was having some technical difficulties, and it, still tend to get a little sketchy. But I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that is here today. Dr. Zarif, thank you so much for this information, because I do hear it a lot. I do hear people refer to detoxing as getting rid of, like the poisons in your body, but they're referring to it as just drink this, or even the sauna. When you go into the sauna, people are talking about sweating out the toxins. And I know even as I was growing up, like if I had like a fever or so, I love you, mom, but she would like rub our chest with like Vicks and cover us up, and then it's like you're sweating it out. So there are different ways that I know people have talked about detoxing your body. So it's good to understand what it is, or what to call it. There is a process, but it's just maybe being called the wrong thing. It's not detoxing, like you said. They're talking about purging, and detoxing, it has more to do with something medical, going into a facility, tools and medication that helps to get that substance out of your body. So there's just the difference in what it is, right?
Exactly. Yes, you're right on it.
Okay.
And that's why it's so important, Carrie, that we share this information. Like a lot of people run from it, like they don't want to know. And I've met people, and you probably have too, that they don't want to know what's wrong with them. They rather not have that report. They just want, like, hey, I've been doing all right. I'm gonna be all right. And they've convinced themselves of this certain way of feeling about themselves. And later on, if they get like an emergency situation, a lot of pain, or something happens that they have to go to emergency, then they find out that if they would have gone earlier, that they would have had a better chance for better results.
Yes.
Uh,
Also, I just wanted to say hello to a few people. You mentioned or said some earlier, but Michelle Gentle, Shirley Gentle, hey, family in the house. Sophia Jackson, good morning to you. James Thompson, that's Dr. Thompson. Thank you so much for joining us. General Nelson Pie is in the house. Thank you so much
oh, nice, good.
Allison.
We should yeah, actually, is there a way that we can bring up Gerald Nelson and Dr. James? You can see if they want to first, or let's do this, Dr. James or Brother Payam Ben Wali Mu. If you want to come up, just send a message, and then Care will bring you up. But we're very, very happy to have you here. Both incredible minds. It's just incredible minds. Dr. James is just an all-around incredible person, but he has great knowledge, especially when it comes to when we're talking about allergies and different things that are related to allergies, and he'll talk about it. I tell you more about his specialty, but he's an MD and brilliant. And Dr. Payam Wali, brother Payam Wali Mu, which is a physicist, brilliant, and also a brother that I've known for a very, very, very long, since I've been a child. And he's a really wonderful person. So we want to thank you both for being here. I want to get back into this. I wanted to also, before I go on, I want to say thank you, Mr. Palmer, 1987. Also, by Yizer, want to say thank you for being here. Eileen S. Bucks is in the house. Thank you very much for being here. And all the rest of you, we want to get back to it. Kara, is anything you want before I go ahead and light it up?
I just wanted to say two more. Allison Jantel says, thank you for the message, Z.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Dad. Love you. See you later on. And Carice Williams is saying good morning to you, brother. So I just wanted to give a shout out to those people that are here. Just know we're not ignoring you. So I want to make sure I acknowledge those that are in the comments. So that was it. Back to it.
Oh, Carice Williams, my little sister, is in the house. Thank you, sister. It's good to see you. Wow. That is really great. Sophia Jackson, thank you very much. And again, everybody that's here, let's go ahead and look more. What we're talking about, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the difference between detox and detox. Well, what does that mean? It's like, again, there's a detox that is clinical and one that's done in hospital. Also, you can do this at home and other. You can have certain processes done under the care of a professional. Not, this isn't a real detox, isn't done on your own. Look again. I encourage you, if you doubt what I'm sharing with you, just simply while we're on the phone, you don't have to wait, and look and see, is that what's a clinical detox? Look it up and you'll see, because I am here to elevate, to educate, and to update. So let's move along to, these are some types of detox. So you also know, I won't read all this, but I just want to go through this. A nasal irrigation. A nasal irrigation is very, very important. The purpose of this is the clinicians sometimes recommend the nasal irrigation to rid the nose of environmental irritants. And this is something that Dr. James, I'm sure, that is well aware of. The irrigation alleviate post nasal drip, and it reduces congestion from colds and allergies by flushing mucus, foreign particles, bacteria, and viruses out of the sinuses. And daily nasal irrigation is promoted for preventing sinus infections and headaches. So that's one. Let's go to another type of detoxing. Another detox, of course, is there's detoxing diets. Now, this is really important, that the whole purpose of a detox diet is to restore the energy, to lose weight. That's what a lot of people do. They want, hey, I need more energy, I'm sluggish. Well, then they take these laxatives, the purging. This is what you can do when you purge. But when you have, for instance, one of the most popular detox diets is called the Master Cleanse, right? You've heard that before, and is favored by a number of Hollywood celebrities. Now, for some reason, people think that when a celebrity is connected with something, that it has more oomph behind it, but it doesn't. Hollywood celebrities are just like any other individual. They just have different occupations. And these celebrities, they don't know any more than you know. But if you have a person that they are not clear about the physiology, function, and the anatomy of your body, they don't really have a good idea of what is really going on. Now, you can tell yourself for years that this or that is going on, but just because time goes by doesn't make you right. Now, dieters, with this Hollywood celebrity diet, let's look at this. The dieters take about a quart of warm salt water in the morning. They consume a 60-ounce concoction of water, lemon juice, maple syrup, and cayenne pepper throughout the day. And then they finish with a cup of laxative tea in the evening. There's different types of different types of teas that you can take to make you purge. And the proponents of the Master Cleanse diet recommend adhering to it for about at least 10 days. So people will go on that, and when they're finished, they feel, if you ever been on a fast, it is rewarding after you finish. It's like, wow, this feels so great. But the thing we don't think about are the risk. The diet is lacking in these detox diets. They lack in protein. They lack in EFAs, which are the fatty acids, and other essential nutrients. Carbohydrates supply all the calories and extremely low 600. So this is like when you are very, very low in carbohydrates. Of course, you will be sluggish. If you're restraining, you're not really eating enough. You're resisting eating. That can cause problems too. Going a long time without eating can be a problem, because that can happen. You'll become addicted to that. You can become addicted to practically everything. So if you overdo these things, this is what I'm talking about. It can also disrupt the native intestinal flora, the microorganisms that perform useful digestive functions. So this can interfere with absorption. You can have malabsorption. So even if you're eating something with nutrients, your body will reject or not be able to absorb these things. So it is really, truly worth listening to and adding this to your already brilliance. Now, the intestinal cleaning, there are numerous kits that are marketed for this purpose, most of which include high fiber supplements. Now, remember, supplements, the fiber is very important. Somewhere between 35 and 40 grams of fiber for adult females, and somewhere between 45 and 50 grams of the fiber per day for an adult male. So this is very important. And this will really help you once you regulate it. You have a regulated bowel movement. You really can tell the difference and feel the difference in your health. Okay. Another thing, I talked about the other reasons that people would get on these detox diets, and we're not going to get into digestion today, everybody, because it's just is way too much for the time that we have available. But I want to talk about this. The aim of also for the detox diet is to eradicate parasites and to expel fecal matter that allegedly accumulates and adheres to the intestinal walls. Okay, so these are people that'll tell you that if you don't have this particular, you go through the purging, that you will carry around these little worms, these little parasites. Well, when you're doing that, the risk is just like fasting, colonic cleansing carries a risk of dehydration. It's super important. you got to at least have coconut water to replenish those electrolytes, because there is an electrolyte imbalance, impaired bowel function, and disruption of intestinal flora. So intestinal flora is what is also called good bacteria. Now, there's also the bad bacteria. We talked about that before, and we can talk about it again. But this is something that I want you to be aware of, because people are spending anywhere from $20 to $70 per package to do something that doesn't need to be done. Your body is incredible, and your body takes care of itself. Another process is called oxygen detox. Now, oxygen detox is a process where the air containing an 85 to 95% concentration of oxygen is delivered through a mask or a nasal tube. The purpose for that is to concentrate the oxygen. Concentrated oxygen is said to boost the immune system, relieve headaches, increase energy, and improve cognitive function. Now, some of the risks that come along with oxygen detox is a little danger from inhaling the concentrated oxygen. O2 is a chemical. O2 is a chemical. We know for instance, even the air that we breathe, only about 21% of the air that we breathe is oxygen. So these are just some good tips for you to take for the rest of your life. Put them in action so that you will be able to help yourself more. We move on as we talk about the concentrated oxygen. The FDA cautions against the flavored oxygen. There are oxygen bars now, and people use these for euphoria, which may contain fragrant oil suspensions that can irritate the lungs. So don't go and, use your body like some robot or something you can change a part or replace a part. Your body is a huge biological laboratory, and when we take care of it, it can take care of us. Next is the foot detox. Now, the foot detox, we're coming up on seconds, everybody, so I want to get this out to you. The foot detox. Now, this is one method employs a special type of adhesive pad, and is worn on the bottoms of your feet during sleep. Another approach is to immerse the feet in this basin for about 30 minutes, and sometimes referred to as the ionic foot bath. You probably heard of that. And that's containing salt water and 2 electrodes that supply a low voltage electric charge. Now, the purpose for this is that the toxins are allegedly drawn out of the body through the soles of your feet. Now, the risk is no ill effects on your health have been reported for this particular method. But what happens is, again, people doing things that they certainly don't understand. And when we find out more about these things, like the methods that claim to emit ions, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying explore it so you will see everything that's right with it, especially if you're going to use it, because sometimes you can do things that become life-threatening. And that's over time when you're doing certain things that you don't understand. So let's make sure that you take it upon yourself to do your due diligence. Okay, next. Here, I wanted to definitely just take a moment for this. We tend to forget that the body is equipped with a detoxification system of its own, which includes the skin. The skin is the main function of the body's largest organ, and it's to provide a barrier against harmful substances. from bacteria to the viruses, to heavy metals, to chemical toxins. So this is really important that the skin by itself does this. It definitely helps to, it can't cure or get rid of everything because there's a balance, everybody. We have skin mites, for instance, like microscopically, in order for our skin to be healthy. But when you look through the microscope and you see these bacteria and they look like people walking and animals walking, you're like, this is happening, yeah, on every person's body. And the equivalence, the bacteria, which is healthy bacteria, this is just like we said, the friendly bacteria and the unhealthy bacteria, our whole body exists on balance. Now, we talked about the skin, and the skin is a one-way defense system. Toxins are not eliminated in perspiration. So that's something to keep in mind. Next, respiratory system. Now, fine hairs inside of the nose trap the dirt and other large particles that may be inhaled. Smaller particles that make it to your lungs are expelled from the airways in mucus. So those hairs in your nose are very, very important to keeping some of the pathogens out of your system or causing you to inhale those, maybe even if it comes down to certain bacteria that can be a part of you touching the knob and rubbing your nose, or not having clean hands, so forth. Anyway, I'm just going to go down. The immune system is another important part of the detox system that the body has. The intestines, that's another important part. We'll go back to that because it's important. You need to know about Peyer's patches and the lymph nodes in your small intestine, the duodenum, the ileum, all the different, the jejunum. All of these things are very important. Know these parts, and then this way you can take care of yourself better. The liver is another part of our own detox center, and of course the kidneys. The kidneys, the fact that urine tests are used to screen for drugs and toxins is a testament to the kidneys. Remarkable efficiency in filtering out waste substances and moving them out of the body. And not only that, there are other properties that the liver and the kidneys and the pancreas have, but we have to do that little by little. Let me see this. Oh, we went over time. Thank you, everybody, for hanging tough. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. So we're going to bring Karen up here. And we thank everybody for being here today. Goodness, I didn't even get a third of what I wanted to share, but I think that we shared enough for people to get the information, spread the information, share the information. It's very important to share the information. And again, do your due diligence. If there's anything that you want to examine as, where did this come from? We have references for you. And we also can suggest that you check out the CDC, NIH, FDA, USDA. All of these are sources that you can read for yourself, search it, and then you can get off a brother's back. All right. So let's go ahead and we want to thank everybody for being here. This is just really great. I am so jazzed about, do you know what I'm jazzed about?
Tell me, Dr. Zari, please.
Kamala Harris.
Oh, yes, of course.
I am so like a sister that, there's a book called, I think it's called Black Women Save the World. The
Okay.
world, oh, the world is going to be, the world is going, a black woman will save the world. That's the name
Okay.
of it. A
Hmm.
black. So I'm just really excited about that. I know that that's off subject, but I'm just so pumped about that. I get so much inspiration because we're here to live our lives fully. And with all of those, um, the different despairing things that are that happen on a daily basis, you know, we get a chance. This feels more like you get a chance to express your brilliance now. I
Yes,
love some of the changes that politically are promised. Now to get them done is another thing,
that's
but
another thing.
we're,
Yeah,
we're on our way. We're doing better and better. Thank you
absolutely.
very much, Dr. James Thompson in the house. Love it that you're here. Really, really appreciate it, man. You are definitely my brother like no other. And Gerald Nelson, which is actually Payimba and Wally Moo, he's out of Detroit. Incredible herbalist. He's a brilliant um, he's a doctor of sorts because he keeps his community very healthy. And there's a lot of got another little brother um, that's holding it down at the Pi Imba, um, uh, what is health food store. I'm just my mind is shooting.
Oh, the House
And
of Pie, correct?
yes, and
Okay.
I talk about him all the time. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I feel like I'm gonna get it wrong.
Just say his name, Payamba and
David.
David. That's his brother.
Oh, okay.
Who runs a health food store?
I can't remember the name right now.
Okay, I'm gonna, I'm gonna.
It's right there, but I just can't
I know.
remember it.
We're gonna see if you remember that, but we want to give it up to up there on 7
Howard.
Mile. There you go.
Yeah, there it is. I knew it
So
was
yeah, remember we were listening to him on the radio, Brother Howard.
right.
That's
Yes.
my little brother. He's doing things. They're doing things. Thank you very much. And thank you for selling the book. You know, my book has sold out there several times. So I'm very, very very, very, I was going to say very, very healthy. Yeah, I
That you
am
are as
very,
well, right?
yes, I am. I am. Claim it, brother. Claim it. You know. So we're gonna get out of here. Have an enjoyable weekend, everybody. That was really, we're gonna have to do a part 2, 3, and 4 on that.
I know. I was
But
gonna say you definitely need a part two.
great. And thank you so much. We will care. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Now go and do something beautiful. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. I'm Dr. Zarif, and
And I am Carolyn Gentle. Thank you all so much for joining us.